Hey guys, welcome to Dual Pulse TCG. Today we will be doing episode 3 of Straightforward Deck List, looking at the newest support for Nova Grappler, featuring Fighting Fish Dragon, God Hand Dragon. So sit back, relax, we're just going to be going over the basics of each card, what they do, why they're in there. If you need to read the exact text, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, let's get to it. For this list, we only play one grade 3, and that is 4 copies of Fighting Fish Dragon, God Hand Dragon. Now, the entire deck revolves around getting to this card to strengthen our front triggers, because his continuous is on our drive checks. Any front triggers that we reveal get an additional 10,000 power, and another way for us to dig through our deck is his auto skill, which is auto on Van. When it attacks, costs Counterblast 1 and discard a card from your hand. Until end of that battle, this unit gets drive +1, and if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets +1 critical. So we're just trying to chain as many front triggers as possible, and we also have a lot of units that allow us to restand our rear guard, so that way we can get huge attacks through and then restand and do it again if our opponent guards. We play 4 copies of Fusing Striker. His continuous increases our front triggers from drive checks as well, and he allows us to look at the top 5 cards of our deck, add a God Hand at the cost of pitching a card, so he's another searcher for us to get to God Hand. 4 copies of Kick Typhoon. This is the MVP of our grade 2s, allowing us to use his second skill to restand our units for a counterblast when he attacks. 4 copies of Odd Puncher's Selnoan, and he's a really cool card because our entire deck revolves around hitting front triggers, and when we do, we can activate his skill, which allows us to give him an additional crit anytime we reveal a front trigger from our drive checks. And 2 copies of High Powered Razor Custom. This is just kind of a pseudo kick, just another way for us to restand our units. The grade 1 lineup is 4 copies of Starfighter Silverfish, just another way for us to increase the power of our front triggers. 4 copies of Guntrooper Kelps. Has a really cool ability that when our drive check reveals a normal unit, if our Vanguard is God Hand, we can counterblast 1 and retire this unit and get an additional drive check. 4 copies of Grit Bangle. This is a really good card, guys. When placed on rearguard circle, this unit allows us to stack our front triggers, so that way we're guaranteed to hit 1 off of our drive checks. 2 copies of Transrazor. When he boosts, he gives us a counter charge if we Soul Blast 2. So this is a really good card for if we're going into our God Hand attack and we only have 1 counter blast available. We can use Transrazor to at least give us 1 more counter blast to have a kick restand ability. And 1 copy of Competent Mechanics Mechanic. I don't play 4 perfect draws in this list. I went more for a heavier front build, and just having 1 copy of this makes the force matchup a little bit better, so that's why I play 1 copy. The trigger lineup is 2 draw, 10 fronts, 4 heals. We want to have as much consistency as possible with hitting our front triggers, so we play 10, but we also want the ability to be able to rebound and grind out games if necessary, so that's what the 2 perfect draw are still in there for, along with the 4 heal. Alright guys, here's the list. Now remember, God Hand is a very high roll deck. You know, it's based around hitting front triggers, and it can fall short if it doesn't hit those. So let me know in the comments below what kind of trigger lineups you guys run. Do you run more than 10? Do you run less than 10? Let me know. But if you guys enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for more future content, and I'll see you guys next time.